The long march to Islamabad. Pakistan's former Prime Minister is leading a protest from Lahore to the capital, demanding an early election. But 6 months after being pushed out of office, does he have a chance to come back? This is Inside Story. Hello there and welcome to the programme. I'm Nick Clark. Earlier this year, Pakistan's then Prime Minister Imran Khan lost a crucial no-confidence vote in Parliament. It led to his resignation. But since then, he's been holding regular rallies as he ramps up pressure on the government to call an early election. Pakistan's economy has been in crisis and people are struggling with high food and petrol prices. Khan and his supporters are now marching on the capital, Islamabad. They began their 380-kilometre walk from the eastern city of Lahore on Friday. Government officials say they won't be allowed to enter the capital. Khan is facing allegations of corruption, which he denies, and he was recently barred from holding office for 5 years. Kamal Haider has more now from Islamabad.
Imran Khan's Freedom March is heading towards Islamabad. They expect to arrive in Islamabad on the 4th of November. And of course, the government is also not taking any chances. They say there are credible terrorist threats to Islamabad and that the protesters and those participating in the long march will not be allowed inside Islamabad, particularly the red zone. Imran Khan has assured the government and has asked the country's apex court that the freedom to protest is constitutional. He, of course, will be seeking intervention of the Pakistani courts in order for them to allow this march to come to Islamabad. The Interior Minister, on the other hand, has requisitioned the services of the security forces personnel, that includes the police and paramilitary forces. The government may also ask the military to come in aid of the civilian administration. That is not unusual. Even past governments have called the military to guard sensitive installations in Islamabad's red zone in case there is a law and order situation. The situation across the country is tense. Imran Khan enjoys tremendous support in all the provinces except for the province of Sindh and also Baluchistan. And therefore Islamabad is under siege because the minute you get out of Islamabad, it is Imran Khan's party that is ruling in those particular provinces. So it will be a big challenge for the government to contain this long march, despite the fact that Imran Khan has said to Al Jazeera that he will do nothing unconstitutional, that he has always followed the law, and that this is going to be a peaceful protest.
It's my fundamental right to do a protest against these criminals who are getting rid of all the corruption cases. It's unprecedented that you come into Parliament, you pass a legislation, and then benefit from the legislation yourself by having all your corruption cases of billions removed. So therefore, this movement is a larger movement for rights. We do not want Pakistan's foreign policy to be dictated from outside. We want people of Pakistan to take the decisions to be taken for their benefit.
All right, let's have a quick look at Imran Khan's career. He was a popular cricketer and philanthropist and won the World Cup against India in 1992. 2 years later, Khan set up the first cancer hospital in Pakistan. In 1996, he established the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf political party, also known as the PTI. 6 years later, he was elected to Parliament. And in 2018, his PTI party emerged as the largest bloc in the National Assembly, and Khan became Prime Minister. All right, let's get into it. We can bring in our guest in Islamabad, Syed Zulfikar Bukhari, who's a former minister from Imran Khan's PTI party. Joining us on Zoom, Shiraz Paracha, Pakistan political affairs commentator. And also in Islamabad, we have Javaid, Rahman, a journalist and parliamentary correspondent for the Nation newspaper. Welcome to you all. Javaid, I'd like to start with you first of all. Just to clarify, how popular is Imran Khan in Pakistan right now? I mean, if there was a vote now, an election right now, would he win the mandate of the people?
Thank you very much. Imran Khan is no doubt a popular leader, and his popularity is you can say with this crisis, political landscape is topsy-turvy for the last 1 year, you can say. He was voted out around 5.5 months before. But his popularity graph is, you can say, he's getting more popularity with each passing day. Now, he has built a narrative after voting out. It was you can say that it was first time in the history of the parliament he was voted out. He is the first prime minister in this country. His popularity graph, he has started public meetings in different cities. Well, right now, country is in a great deluge in 3 provinces. But given the circumstances, he's built his narrative that he was voted out with the conspiracy. Now, he has started a long march. I will say it's a distant dream. No doubt he has public support with us, and there is no rented crowd with him. We have seen many rented crowd wrong marches, but people are very much charged with him. Now we will see how he will. Is this only a demonstration, or will he convert it in a sit-in? If he thinks that he will convert his demonstration into sit-in, ruling colleague have decided to impose Article 245 and call army to tackle the station.
Okay, so things could get a bit lively at that point. I'm just going to move on from now. We can get into all of this over the next 20 minutes or so. If I could come to you, Syed Zulfikar Bukhari, what's your sense? You're a minister in Imran Khan's party. I'm guessing from your point of view, you're pretty convinced that he would easily win an election should it take place now. And what do you think is going to happen as a result of this march?
Well, I don't think it's a debate. I think my colleague forgot to mention that we've just had 2 by-elections, so interim elections in Punjab and, in fact, all over the country. We won with an overwhelming majority both times. The latest one, I think, was just only a couple of weeks ago. And there was about 8 by-elections, out of which we ended up winning 8 seats. And many are terming it as a referendum. So I think there's absolutely no debate about who wins the next election based on even the 2 by-elections that have just passed. It's just a question of how big is the majority going to be. Hence, the government at the moment doesn't want snap elections. It doesn't want to call for early elections at all, because looking at the results, and they've tried to challenge him twice in these polls that have just happened in the past couple of months, and seen the results. So clearly they're doing everything they can, from disqualification to life threat to corruption charges, you name it. There's nothing really left that they can tackle them on, hence the movement to the streets with the people's mandate. And it's at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is what the people of Pakistan want, not what any other circle or country or policy would want. It's what the people of Pakistan want and need.
All right. Well, elections not, of course, due until August of next year, August 2023. You say that the government does not want snap elections. Shiraz, Paracha, do you think Imran Khan, with this march, could change that? He could force these elections to be brought forward. Is that conceivable?
Thank you very much for having me on your show. I do not know, to be honest, because in Pakistan, decisions are not made on streets. Actually, decisions are made behind the closed doors. Pakistan's military is the biggest political player in Pakistan for the last 70 years. And Imran Khan came into politics, and then his image was managed and built by the military propaganda machine. He came to power with the help of the military. He was their guy. Imran Khan and the military somehow have same thinking and same, ideological direction they want for Pakistan. The military wants a centralized Pakistan with a strong center strong army and religion as a binding force. And Imran Khan also believes in the same principles. That's why Imran Khan and military were bedfellows for a long time, but they broke up. Their relationship was spoiled because Imran Khan wanted to appoint a new army chief who is due to be appointed next month on 29th of November. And he wanted someone he thought he would get on well with. And that brought a division between Imran Khan and the military. And now Imran Khan is challenging the military top brass who are in control.
Okay, so let me just jump in there. If I can just spin back to the question that I asked. Do you think that by by organising this mass march, that he can create a situation whereby the elections are brought forward, that there will be snap elections? Do you think the government could be forced into that position?
I don't think so. If Imran Khan doesn't get a backing from some unseen, forces, from that I mean, from past experience, the military and its spooks and intelligence agencies used to stage such marches. But this time, I don't think so. And Imran Khan claims that his main central theme is that he wants independence and freedom from London and Washington. It's an irony that when Imran Khan was prime minister, half of his cabinet was, including our friend Zulfikar Bukhari, were British nationals and some were American nationals. And one of them, his chief national security advisor, was working for the American military establishment. So today, a friend of Boris Johnson and Donald Trump tells Pakistanis that he wants independence from London and Washington.
Okay, Mr. Bukhari, you need to come in there.
I think the call, I don't know the gentleman, but whoever he is, I think it's quite hilarious. He had this a long rant, which really his rant didn't really come up to any of the answers that you were probably looking for. At the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't really matter what anyone really says. It's what the masses of Pakistan want. If Imran Khan was removed from premiership in Pakistan due to a no-vote confidence, which we as a party believe was inspired by an international conspiracy, and there was a lot of horse trading that took place. The people took on the streets the same very night, numbers that have never been seen before, unprecedented numbers. This wasn't something that a party can organize. It wasn't something that I could have done or Imran Khan could have done. It was just organic, and the people took to the streets. So last 6.5 months, you're seeing the biggest amount of numbers come out on the road, anti-government, and even to an extent upset with the army, saying that why haven't they intervened when they can see such injustice being done, especially when we go on about the cipher from the United States, which we felt was completely inappropriate, and it was threats issued to our sitting ambassador.
But it's interesting, isn't it? Just coming back to Shiraz's point, it's interesting that, given the power of the army and the ISI spy agency, to take on the army, Imran Khan has been very critical of the army, to take on the army in the way that he has and publicly criticised them is a bold strategy, isn't it?
Well, you see, it's not the army that he's criticizing in its entirety. My friend that gave that his two bits into it, the only thing that he really was correct about in it all was that is that decisions in Pakistan for far too long have been made behind closed doors by 4 or 5 people that are making decisions for a 220 million population. They're not by the mandate of the people. Now, we don't mind if the current government, or whichever government comes into power for that matter, as long as the people of Pakistan have elected them. So if there's no problem with any of the political parties, let's just be political. Let's leave the army aside for 1 second and say politically, if you're so confident, so strong, and you believe that you've done a good job and the people want you, there's no way you wouldn't want a legitimate government, because right now you don't have it. There's political instability. Economy is crashing. You can't get a good economy with political instability. There's a prime minister who's only the prime minister of around a 40 to 50 mile radius.
Okay.
The rest of it, is all Imran Khan.
I want to bring in Javaid Rahman in again, journalist with the Nation newspaper. So Imran Khan's criticisms of the army and the ISA agency did force them to come out and defend themselves. We had the spy chief coming out, and the fact that he did, it was quite unusual for him to do that. shows they're nervous about the situation, doesn't it?
Well, as do I think Imran Khan has opened different fronts. And there is a contradiction in his narrative. Right now, today, he is contesting by-election NA45 from Kurram. And at the same time, he is heading a long march toward Islamabad for snap polls. Isn't it a contradiction? My colleague, my friend Zulfikar Bukhari will answer about this. And other thing is that if you are really interested in election, general election, you are enjoying power in KPK and also in Punjab. If you choose to unblock resignation from these two provinces, there will be a situation that government has to announce a general election I am confused that why Imran Khan is not opting that option.
Zulfikar Bukhari, do you want to come back there?
Yeah, look, as far as it goes for Mr. Paracha's very genuine and legitimate question that why do we contest by-elections if we're not interested in government and we don't want to be part of the National Assembly. By the way, the election he just mentioned now, the one that's happening in Kurram, the latest results are that we're 3 times ahead of any other party. So we won that seat. But the point of contesting them is that if you don't, then what happens is that their majority in parliament, they will just keep going. Just proving a point. Imran Khan made himself stand from all the seats. Just to prove a point that the country is behind Khan. And if you throw any election towards us, we would win it, which we have done so. So this was just another seat, which has now come up and we've won it again. And just showing that the country will continuously vote for him, although he has said that even if he wins the election seat, he won't be attending parliament and he'll hand in his resignation whenever he wants. But people are still willing to vote for him. So that means the nation is not going for normal politics or constituency politics that I want my MP to make me my dam or my better streets or roads. They're voting for Imran Khan for his belief and his ethos. As far as it goes for why are we participating in the government in KP or in Punjab or GB for that matter, and if we resign, it would cause general elections. If we had full belief that it would cause general elections the very next day or soon after, we would have done so. But unfortunately in Pakistan, the dynamics are so twisted that there's so much horse trading that when you resign, it's very easy for people to linger 20, 30 MPs from your side onwards. And like they have in the National Assembly, where we have resigned from, but right now they're in an assembly. I mean, just picture this. They're in a National Assembly at the moment, all the parties combined, except for the largest party in the entire country. Just image that. The National Assembly is running right now without PTI's representation at all. So the largest political party, or the only national party in the entire country, is not in the assembly, yet there is a government. That's exactly our point.
Okay,
yes,
Shiraz,
although we have
Paracha, if we can come to you to respond to that, and also, do you feel that we're
like to...
I'll come back to you in a second, Javaid. But Shiraz, first of all, respond to that first of all, and then do you think we are on the brink potentially of big change here in the way Pakistan is run?
I find it very amusing what Zulfikar Bukhari just said. Zulfikar Bukhari, being a British, national and living in England for a long time, he knows that in recent months, Britain has, changed several prime ministers, and they all were out of office because of no confidence move. Imran Khan was not sent out of office under some military dictatorship or unconstitutional way or unlawful way. He was removed from office through a no confidence move, and the majority voted against him. So he was removed legally, and the next election is due in August. But he is not waiting for that. He's not dissolving, as my friend in Islamabad said, he's not dissolving two promises where he has his government. I agree, if he dissolves two provincial assemblies, a general election will be more likely. But Imran Khan wants an election immediately, and he is using this to kind of dictate. And this is not democratic in its way, that you use force, you use power, and you say you don't regard. When Imran Khan was prime minister, he was not going to the assembly that much. He was not taking parliament into confidence. He's not interested in the empowerment of the parliament. He is someone who believes in a single person rule, which is presidential form of government. He has said it so many times. He praises military dictators, and now he tells us that he is interested in democracy. He actually does not believe in parliamentary form of democracy.
Okay, Mr. Bukhari, I'm going to come to you to respond to that in just a second. But first up, Mr. Rahman, Javaid Rahman, you wanted to come in.
Well, Zulfikar Bukhari has just mentioned that Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI has no representation in National Assembly. But I will correct him. 31 lawmakers are currently in National Assembly, and one of them is a opposition leader, and other is Public Account Committee chairman. Well, you can say they are dissidents. They are not, and other 125 lawmakers who have tendered resignation around 5 months before. National Assembly Speaker has called them so many times to come and verify their resignation. Why they are not going to verify their resignation? So there are many ifs and buts are there. Their opponents are saying that there is a pressure, their signatures are not incorrect on their resignations. So you can't say that there is no representation in National Assembly.
Okay. Zulfikar Bukhari, we'll come to you, and also on that, but also on the point made by Shiraz Paracha, that Imran Khan was removed from office legitimately. He is dictating what he wants. He's not being a Democrat.
Look, I'll answer that quite easily. I mean, Mr. Javed's points are far more, I think, relevant. Look, Mr. Imran Khan is the one person that for 26 years or 24 years has set up a democratic party in Pakistan single-handedly, not handed down from his father or mother or anyone else. He's created it himself. I don't think there's someone more democratic in the country. He has elections, party elections from within. He's always stood for democracy. He's never complimented dictatorship. He stood with General Musharraf one time on a referendum. After that, criticized it because he thought he was going towards democracy. So it's a no debate about who's actually the biggest Democrat. He's stood up in Parliament many times on all issues and used Parliament for the right reasons. As far as it goes to Mr. Javed's point, look, at the end of the day, the people he's mentioning that are in assembly, they did win their election with under Imran Khan's party. That's true. But like I mentioned earlier, there's horse trading. The other gentleman mentioned about, I think he had an issue with me being a dual national at the time. Now I'm not. But he mentioned England changing prime minister so many times. If England was aware of any horse trading and money being exchanged hands for votes within the National Assembly, people and parties would be struck out and not be allowed to participate in politics ever again.
Okay.
The people that left us, the representation that left us, that's still sitting in Parliament, all took money. And they all took money and got paid and stayed in the party. If they were so clear, why don't they resign and stand for elections independently on their own name, not on the name of Imran Khan?
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you all. No doubt the coming days will be critical times in Pakistani politics. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. I'm Zulfikar Bukhari, Shiraz Paracha and Javaid Rahman. Thanks very much indeed. And thank you too for watching. You can see the programme again anytime by visiting our website, aljazeera.com. And for further discussion, just go to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/AJ Inside Story. You can also join the conversation on Twitter. Our handle is @AJ Inside Story. From me, Nick Clark, and the entire team here, it's goodbye for now.